Hello everybody and welcome along to the channel and a kind of an update video on what's happening and what's going to be happening and where I stand pretty much now at the moment. So in the background really quickly I will just say we have got gameplay from the first two rounds of the current TGC Tours Kinetic event. It's the Nebraska Championship at Persephone Golf Club, designed by Crazy Canuck 1985. So I'm having a bit of a problem with this one. I'll get onto that now in a minute. But pretty much I haven't uploaded now for what is it? I think it's around about 3 weeks. Anyway, something along those lines. And the reason being is I've been working hard on starting to very crudely get things set up. Would be the best way to put it. It's a mess with cables everywhere and stuff all over the place. But that'll come in time. I can straighten everything out how I want it and whatnot. But those of you who definitely have been with the channel or following the channel for quite a while will be aware of me going on about getting my PC built for quite a while now. Even those of you who may actually be fairly recent to the channel and may have watched some of my older videos may have heard me mentioning that when I eventually get my PC built, on and on and on. Well, I finally got the PC built. Today is the 19th of June, and a week ago today, I finally got my graphics card in my hand. I have had most of the other parts, a good few of the parts I've actually had sitting around now for quite a while. When I say quite a while, I'm talking well over a year. Somewhere between a year and a half to 2 years. That's how long it's been. Financial stuff and other more important things have gotten in the way where I've had to use any funding that I've had saved for getting parts. So obviously I have taken quite a while to get it. If you're interested in the specs, just looking at it now, I can put everything up on screen. But I have built everything inside of the Corsair 4000D Airflow case. The motherboard is the Asus ROG Strix X570-F Gaming. Let me see, the CPU is the Ryzen 7 5800X. We've got 32 gigs, 4 sticks of DDR4 RAM from Corsair. It's the Dominator Platinum. It's running 3200 megahertz, and I believe the CL timings are 18. If I remember correct, without going and digging out the box. For the cooler on the CPU, we've got the 320mm AIO by Corsair. Also, it's the H150i Elite LCD. Power supply, we've got again from Corsair. It's the RM850X. Let me see, I've got just at the moment a terabyte of storage in there. It's a Samsung 980 Pro. And then finally, also, yeah, with the AIO, you do get the ML120 Elite RGB fans. So I bought an additional 3 of those for exhaust on the case. And then for the graphics card, finally, I was trying to get, like back when I initially started to build, or started to gather parts and say to myself, I want to get the PC, I want to build a PC. I was wanting, this is how far behind I am now, because we're in the 50 series of NVIDIA cards and stuff like that. I can't remember what it is for AMD. Is it 9000 series, I think, for AMD? I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, back when I initially started to get parts for building this PC, I was initially wanting to go with the ROG Strix 3080 Ti. So that'll show you how far back I started planning to build the PC. So recently though, because I was planning to go with the Asus TUF RX 7800 XT. Now, I do believe there is a bit of a graphics card crisis as well. Due to the likes of the 50 series cards and all that coming out, I believe people are trying. Nobody can get hold of them. Scalpers are robbing people blind, left, right, and center. From what I hear, from what I believe, over them, or trying to get hold of them. And then we've got people trying to snatch up older series GPUs and stuff. So I was trying to get the TUF RX 7800 XT. It was either a case of pay way above retail price for that, or just wait until prices start to come back down. And even if I did pay way above retail, I would have still had to wait probably another 2-3 months for that to arrive, going by anywhere that I could find that was offering it. So what I was able to get from memoryc.ie, if I remember correct, is the the name of the website, Irish company. They're based in County Kildare. So if you are Irish and you're looking to build a PC, I do highly recommend them, because I ordered this graphics card on Wednesday of last week, Wednesday afternoon, just before 2 p.m. And literally just after 1 p.m. the following day, on Thursday, a week ago today, I had the graphics cards in my hand. So absolutely very fast service from these guys. But I did go for the Power Color Fighter RX 7800 XT from AMD as well, and running very well at the moment. The only downside to it is it doesn't have RGB on it to go with the rest of the RGB in the system, but that's a sacrifice I am willing to make once I have this PC finally, after such a long time, up and running. But anyway, I'm rambling on enough about that. That's the specs I am now running on PC. The only thing that I do definitely want to get, apart from expanded storage, is I do want to get a capture card, and that's going to help me be able to do a lot more that I want to do with the channel. Because as you see, the gameplay in the background, I say it's from TGC Tours. I recorded that on the PS5, as I have done for quite a long, for forever, since I've started the channel. Well, obviously PS4 before the PS5. I'm kind of rambling on a bit, but anyway, as I do. So I recorded these 2 rounds, and then I transferred the gameplay over to a USB, and then transferred it onto the PC. Now I'm playing around in obviously completely new software to me, because for years I've used the SHAREfactory on both PS4 and the PS5. Very easy to use, no issues whatsoever. Even just trying to get my mic set up, I used the Elgato Wave 3 mic, and when I initially got that a couple of years ago, I did just have to hook that up to my laptop and update the firmware for that through the Wavelink software, and then it was essentially basically just plug and play into the PlayStations. Absolutely no issues so far, or at all with that ever. So I pretty much I can whip up a video, I can edit and render a video in no time at all. Obviously rendering it's going to take how long it's going to take, but transferring the gameplay, for some strange reason, it's something to do with me anyway, because say I'm even having trouble just getting because now that with the Wavelink, I can obviously use the full set of features for that. I'm going to digress a little bit here, because again, those of you who have been with the channel for quite a while will be well aware of the traditional ice cream van that can come along. I'm actually expecting, it's just after 4 p.m. now as I'm recording this, so it's an absolutely gorgeous day outside, and I'm sitting absolutely sweating inside while I do this. But so I am fully expecting the ice cream van to potentially come along. Now, so far, with all the full features of the Wavelink for the microphone, it's not picking up any other noise. Like the dog, I've been watching them on other levels and stuff like that on the mixer here in the editing software, which I'll touch on to in a minute. And wasn't picking up the dog walking around. It does pick her up barking. I think it's detecting that as a voice. But even if I now let's just see if it works. I'm gonna stop talking, and I'm gonna clap my hands and see if it works. So now I'll clap my hands again while I'm talking. As you can hear, that might come across, maybe it won't come across, but I've been clapping my hands there. It's not picking up any cars coming across or driving past outside. So I wonder if it's going to pick up the jingle of the ice cream van should he decide to come in as I'm doing this. The dog is trying to get up on my lap because I've been clapping my hands. But yes, I'm absolutely loving that feature. Hopefully there'll be no more external noise disturbances and stuff. There was even people talking outside a few moments ago, and it wasn't picking them up. Maybe obviously they were just a bit too far away. I'm kind of losing my train of thought now with jumping around between things. But yes, I was saying that this, like the editing software now, just DaVinci Resolve, it's all new to me. It's trying to get figure out getting all the software like the Wavelink, OBS, and DaVinci Resolve for editing, all that sort of stuff, all to play nicely together, and how to set them up properly. I think I've got it now. This should probably be, unless I do another post commentary video, be one of the few videos maybe that I will do where I'm recording commentary in the editing software itself in DaVinci Resolve. Otherwise it'll be while I'm recording and passing through OBS and stuff like that. So I'll say that's another reason. That's another reason why I was saying I want to get a capture card. Hopefully it's not going to take too long to get that, because I can do hopefully a lot better editing with this software. I am still learning my way. You will see a little transition coming up in between rounds. We're on hole 11 now of this round, so it's going to do a transition through to the second round, and it's just kind of like a little blurry, wispy, kind of whooshy thing. I have to figure out how to put a sound effect in, but with my logo swooshing across the screen as well. So that's the first time I've personally been able to do that, making up a stinger transition like that. It's just built in with the software. So learning all new things. But also what it's going to allow me to do is, because I said this back when 2K21 launched, I said it when 2K23 launched, and I said it again when 2K25 launched, that I am hoping to do regular live streams. Now, I did do a live stream at the launch of all 3 games. I can't remember if it happened during 2K23 and 2K21, but at 2K25, if you have a look back through the videos or the specific live stream section, you'll notice that there's 2 launch live streams. One of them is, I think it's a couple of hours long, and the other one went on for, I think, about 30 minutes, the second one, that being the second one. And that's because live streaming directly from the PS5, I don't know about Xbox, but directly from the PS5 anyway, as well as the PS4, if the game decides to crash, it kills the stream. And you've got to restart it again. And obviously by the time you get it restarted, any viewers that you've had are just going to say, oh, the stream must be over, so they bugger off and watch something else. Maybe they might see that you're back alive and come back again. But obviously the capture card passing through that, if the game crashes, I'm live streaming directly through from the PC. I can just relaunch the game. So that's going to give me, hopefully, incentive to be able to do live streams a lot more regular than what I have been doing. But yeah, so it's fine-tuning all the different things for OBS and stuff like that. I think I've got settings sort of dialed in, but I'm kind of watching some videos just to figure out what way to do it as well, because sometimes I'm getting just this horrible echo, and then if you even do this, if I was doing the slightest thing, even it was just a deafening sound was coming through the headphones or the speakers, and I just had to quickly mute everything. But again, it's all a learning curve for me. So that's pretty much where we stand. Where are we now? We're on hole number 13, playing pretty good in this round, actually. Not to be spoiling it, but the second round was kind of a little bit hit and miss. I should have shot a hell of a lot better. But yeah, what you might see, for those of you who have stuck around so far, what are we now? We're only about, I think, just over 12.5 minutes or so going by the timeline that I can see here. I hope I'm looking at that right. But so yeah, so for those of you who are here, you may see videos from or content from other games, just as sort of doing tests and all that, to do like what I suppose I could say benchmarks for sound and stuff like that. I'm just kind of basically practicing in this editing software, into the DaVinci Resolve, as well as using OBS and such like that. Well, when I do get the capture card to use an OBS anyway. I'm playing around. Like, obviously 2K25, unless, like, I mean, I pretty much mostly just do course playthroughs, so it's not really too difficult to edit those down and stuff like that, just clipping out bits in between, like maybe loading screens and stuff like that. There wouldn't really be much editing, but because I want to get practice with being as familiar as possible, as close as possible to 100% being familiar with this editing software, I may record and upload gameplay from, like, one of my favorite games that I haven't been able to play for close to, if not just over 10 years now. I used to play it on my crappy laptop on low settings, but still absolutely loved every moment of it when I played it, was Euro Truck Simulator 2, and I've finally been playing that. I've been getting some of my mods back and stuff like that. The only thing is I need to get I think I have 3 out of, is it 7 or 8 different map DLCs, and I think I need to get another 3 or 4 of them at least in order to be able to run pro mods again for the map expansion on that. But otherwise, I'm absolutely loving being able to play that again. And then, because my favorite genre of game, due to actually Euro Truck Simulator 2, funnily enough, is the simulation genre. Like, that got me onto like Fishing Planet and The Hunter and all this stuff like that. And it's just such a massive library of simulation type games, be they as close to realistic as possible, or the wacky and quirky style ones. And that's what I absolutely love. I love the simulation genre. It could be sports, it could be, again, it could be going hunting, fishing, it could be job style ones, like, so say Euro truck, driving a truck going around. I remember, I'll digress a little bit again, because there's another game I've actually put into my wish list to get. For those of you who don't know, in real life, my job, I'm a bin man, garbage man, and I actually have a garbage truck simulator in my wish list. But it brings me back to when I was playing again on low settings Euro truck back on my crappy laptop years ago. I'd be going around in a truck, obviously not a 40-foot truck, truck and trailer, or what's the articulated lorry, but going around in a truck in a bin lorry all day. And I remember years ago, I was seen playing it. I said, are you taking the piss? So, wow, just playing a game. You've been in a truck all day and now you're coming home and you're sitting on your arse and you're driving a virtual truck. Yeah, and what's the problem? And I just get some weird, very, very weird looks, like, something bloody wrong with you. I'm just having a bit of bloody fun and sitting playing my games. I love the game. But anyway, yes, once again, I digress. So where are we coming up to now? Now we're on to hole 18. So in a few moments, you should see, it's going to go to the scorecard in a moment, and then you'll see, again, it's a very basic built-in sort of transition, and I just overlaid my through another transition style. I overlaid my logo on it. Obviously, playing around with it, I'm going to be able to do, like, it's called whip transitions and stuff like that. I just need to figure out how to add sound effects to them. But again, as I say, I mentioned a couple of times already, it's a bit of a learning curve for me. There will obviously, I know I'm only saying this now, but you will have heard there will probably more than likely be music in the background as well, just while I get a feel for doing that also. But yeah, I'm spending more time actually fiddling around with all the software to try and get a feel for it, rather than even, I have been hammering Euro Truck out, but I've been very, there you go, there's the transition there to come through into have a look at the settings for round 2. But yeah, I've been kind of MIA a little bit, apart from playing TGC Tours there yesterday. Literally yesterday I recorded it. Otherwise I haven't played it in close to a week. So yeah, I don't know, until I get the PS5, like, I mean, I can still record, edit, render, and upload directly from the SHAREfactory directly on the PS5. I will probably still do that, but again, I do want to, as I did mention a few minutes ago, I do want to actually play around with different content. So it's going to be the likes of Euro Truck. I may even do some other games that I do have on the PS5, port them across, try and figure out why the audio track is not porting across as well. Again, I'm 99% sure that's just a user error, because it should be coming across. It's probably just whatever format the file is transferring across, something like that. But yeah, just to, as I say, to get a feel for this edit software, because I do want to use it more and more, rather than be relying on the SHAREfactory. Because it's gonna allow me to do a lot more tracks. Like, I mean, you'll see, that's a fine example of it would be if I was doing a video like this now on the PS5, where I've recorded the gameplay, but the type of video that I'm doing is specifically, I'm going to be quiet for a second. I hear a bit of shouting outside. I want to see if the microphone can pick it up. Of course, they've all gone and shut up when I shut up. Let's start again now. But where was I? Yes, I was saying, yeah, say if I was doing a specific post-commentary video, just say, for example, back when 2K25 was being released, or, well, I didn't really actually get the chance to do any for 2K25, but 2K23, 2K21, and just say the next game, 2K27, will predict is going to be the name of that one. I know it's a 2-year cycle on the games. Just say, for example, I have early gameplay footage, and I'm able to get videos put together, and I'm doing post commentary, like, just say, for example, there's trailers or something like that, when I do a breakdown of it. If I did a video like that and I recorded my commentary, if I wanted to add, obviously, I do it, and obviously millions of other YouTubers do it as well. They'll have like the subscribe, comment kind of overlays coming up on the screen at different areas throughout the video. If I wanted to do that with a post commentary video, I have to record my commentary, render the entire video, and that can take however long it's going to take. Like sometimes that can take like 20 minutes or something like that to render. It's not the fastest at rendering sometimes. And then I have to go back in and overlay those again, because you only get 2 tracks. You get your gameplay, well, sorry, 3 tracks. You can do track 1 and then track 2, which would be my commentary. You can either do a video or audio, and then another track, then a third track for music. So as I say, I have to render the video, then go back in, overlay those, like, subscribe, bloody things and stuff like that, and then render the whole video again, and then I can upload it. And it's quite a pain in the arse. Whereas now with this software, I can do it all just into one file, and when I'm happy enough with it, get it rendered and get it uploaded and get it out to you guys. So I don't know what's going on. So the microphone does not seem to be picking up. I'll know when I'm listening back to this, but yeah, the mic doesn't seem to be picking up because they're roaring and bloody shouting outside. So you will hear them. You will hear them, possibly. I don't know. Again, I'll know in edit, and I might be able to cut all that out. Well, actually, I will be able to cut all that out now. But yeah, so we're just on hole number 5. So I apart from me just going to be rambling on. Oh yeah, actually, I'm just looking at it right now. Now, there's a couple of features that I can't actually seem to get to work fully. Again, probably user error. But yeah, I'm able to actually finally use the Stream Deck that was ever so kindly sent out to me by 2K when they sent out the 2K Next Maker kits. Oh god, when was that? That was back in 2021, I think it was. So it was just after. It was either 2020 or early 2021 is when that was they were sent out, and it contained like a bomber jacket with 2K logo and little, what do you call them, lanyards with my name North 47 on it and stuff like that. And then it had so I actually have 2 of them, because there's another one in the box still, another Elgato Wave 3 microphone, and then there was the Stream Deck. There was some posters and stuff like that. I can't remember what else was in there now. But yeah, so I'm finally actually able to use that. So I mean, like, just literally at the touch of a button, if I want to go onto Google I go. I've set it up for that. Then if I want to open OBS when I'm using that, I can just open that, have it open in the background, then press another button, get it to start recording gameplay. When I do have the capture card, I can go straight into Steam, Discord, YouTube, the whole lot. Absolutely amazing piece of little kit, and I've been itching to get it going for the last few years now, since I actually got hold of it, and finally I'm able to actually use that. So another thing that I do need to get actually is just at least one more monitor. I am hoping to get that more towards the end of the year, to be honest. But at least then, for the likes of, again, OBS, I can monitor that while I'm recording gameplay and stuff, etc. I'm sure those of you who do all this will be saying, yeah, we know all this. But anybody who doesn't do content, or doesn't do content through a PC or anything like that, maybe not be aware of it. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I can really think of. I just wanted to bring you all up to speed. I have rambled on now for close to 24 minutes. We are on hole number, what are we on? I can see the screen so much better. Hole number 8. I can actually see, so there's another fine example. While I just think of it now, as I don't even have flipping glasses on, and I can see it crystal clear now, even with all the mixer stuff and the audio tracks and everything going on in the background. Like, I have a good size where I can actually see the screen clear as day, the gameplay going on in the background. Not like with the what the bloody hell was the video? Oh yeah, one of the last videos. Let me actually have a quick look. I think it was the last video. My god, they just won't shut up shouting outside. I actually hope that the microphone is not picking them up, because fucking hell, excuse my language. But let me just have a quick look when it was. I think it was actually, yes, it was actually my last video, and according to the YouTube studio at the moment, it was 20 days ago was when I uploaded that. But the fittings versus no fittings revisited video that I did, where I did a side by side, and that was another post commentary video, and I could not, if you have not watched that video already, go and watch it, because I'm struggling to try and see just what hole we were on throughout the whole video and what shot it was on, all stuff like that. And because of the way that the SHAREfactory splits the 2 screen, sorry, it does split the screen. So, but if you haven't watched it, the way that it works is when you're doing a post commentary in it, it's going to take the full screen image of the gameplay and it's going to shrink it right down so that it can then go and put a second screen to the side of it, which it's just a big red screen with a microphone symbol in it and a little wavy line going across for recording your audio. But it makes it so small, even though I am sitting literally about 1.5 to 2 feet away from a 27-inch monitor, and I could not bloody well see it. Now, to be fair, I could have easily just hooked a HDMI cable up to the TV. I've literally right beside me for part of the setup a 43-inch 4K TV. I could have done it that way, but I'm more comfortable with using the monitor, and I could not see anything. Whereas now I can resize the screens a whole lot and I can see everything perfectly, and so it'll make that sort of thing so much easier to do, and I won't be like, what hole are we on? And what hole are we on this one? Because yeah, as I say, I'd done a side by side in that, and the way that the screens were coming up again, if you do watch it, if you haven't watched it, I do apologize if you're watching on a phone or any sort of small device, you won't be able to bloody well see it. But yeah, so when it split the main gameplay screen down small so we could put this bloody audio microphone symbol screen to the side of it at the same size, I've shrunk basically the gameplay screen for each gameplay inside the main video screen was pretty much the size of what would be a person's webcam down in the lower corner of a live stream or a video or something like that. So you can imagine me trying to actually see like just the whole number alone, never mind the score that we're at, all that sort of stuff. Absolute disaster. Whereas now should be a hell of a lot easier, and I can piece the screens together and all this. So yeah, as I say, I'm playing around with all this editing software. More so, and again, as I say, there will probably be a couple of videos here and there the odd time which will be from different games, just while I play around with it and get a feel for it properly. And as I experiment with different things, even experimenting with different things while doing actual course playthroughs for 2K25, I genuinely hope that fucker next door is not coming across in the mic, because it just won't shut up shouting out there. I don't think so. Again, I'll know in a few minutes with the editing. But what hole are we on now, as I missed that? But even, yeah, I just need to go out like another 6 inches. So we're on hole number 12. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut up my commentary. If you fancy sticking around to watch the rest of the round to see how I got on, do feel free. But otherwise, until the next video, take care, have yourselves a good one, and bye for now.